We love hip hop.
Missing black boys. Okay, let me get serious for a second. Because we covered this, I think, one time for the last year and change. So I feel like maybe I haven't been doing my due diligence as far as how much needs to be highlighted. That for the last 2 years, I would even say, more than even the time that it's been covered on the news, but for the last 2 years and change, there has been um, a rising amount of missing black boys in Ontario. Okay, we reported on this maybe about 6-7 months ago, and we reported on it 2 times actually, because when that kid Makai, if I'm not mistaken, or Kai, I think his name was, the kid who killed the 15-year-old kid who killed the 72-year-old grandmother, he was one of the missing black boys. All right, so I have started seeing a couple of more things popping up, and I just want to highlight it because there hasn't been like a lot of new news, but I seen a post over here on Straight Out to Six. We exclude the Straight Out to Six, and they posted here: black boys represented more than 40% of missing youth cases reported to Toronto police. Right, so this coincides with the whole missing black boys in or black children. I want to say black children in Ontario. It says new data shared with the Toronto Star show that the black boys account for more than 40% of all missing youth cases reported to Toronto police, despite representing a much smaller share of the population. The statistic, my bad, which tracks missing boys aged 12 to 17 from 2023 onward, highlights a stark and disproportionate trend. Advocates say that the number is to point to the growing crisis and calling for urgent action from families, communities, organizations, and all levels of government to address the underlying causes and to improve support for vulnerable youth. All right, so big salute to Straight Out to Six for this post over here. I was looking up some stuff before we started this live here, just to see if I could find out if there has been any updates, any I don't know, anybody who's even trying to see if they can solve this problem or if they're getting any headway as far as solving the problem itself. So I did find something from a few months ago, and salute to Brandon Gomez. Let's see if I could pull up his interview here. He got to speak with Olivia Chow, and he asked her some questions about this. So let's see what Olivia Chow, our mayor, had to say about it.
That's right.
People feel okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to
It's
ask you this
working.
question,
Okay.
because it's an important question that has impacted the community, and it's regarding the numerous missing black boys.
Yes.
Have you heard about this?
100%.
We were also one of the first to report on this story.
That's right.
People feel like politicians, the police are not doing enough to spread awareness, and they're concerned and wondering why aren't Amber Alerts issued when young black kids go missing.
Mm-hmm. We see you, we hear you, we understand the concern, which is why we're doing all these programs to support folks. A lot of them are young black kids.
But some
Lots
families
of
don't
them.
feel like the police is doing enough. Some families feel like there should be different teams, maybe.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Can we get that answer again there, Miss Chow?
A lot of them are young black kids.
But some
Lots
families
of
don't.
them.
Because that answer just sounded like a canned response that you would give at a telemarketing company.
The King Street card?
Yes.
But are you going to make different teams maybe to help support? Do you feel like the police is doing enough to protect young black kids and search and locate the missing young black kids?
Well, they said they are doing their best. I don't know.
But do you feel
yet.
like police is doing enough?
Well, you notice 2 days ago, we now have a new police service board chair. The police service board, like police is not up to the mayor, it's up to the police service board.
But you're a
Okay.
powerful woman.
Oh, well, we put in, there are 7 members of the board, okay? First time.
That's the passing the buck. This is what I'm talking about. Let me go back to exactly here where she said the first time, because I didn't like that response.
Well, they said they are doing their best. I don't know.
But do you feel
yet.
like police is regarding the numerous missing Black boys.
Yes, we
Have you
know.
heard about this?
100%.
We were also one of the first to report on this story.
That's right.
You're one of the
People
only
feel
ones.
like politicians, the police are not doing enough to spread awareness, and they're concerned and wondering why aren't Amber Alerts issued when young Black kids go missing.
We see you, we hear you, we understand the concern, which is why we're doing all this program.
He asked, why are Amber Alerts? I don't know if you can hear what he's saying, Miss Chow. Why aren't apostrophe T Amber Alerts put out when these missing Black boys go missing? Let's try this again.
We understand the concern, which is why we're doing all these programs to support folks. A lot of them are young Black kids.
But some
Lots
families
of
don't
them.
feel like the police is doing enough. Some families feel like there should be different teams maybe to help support. Do you feel like the police is doing enough to protect young Black kids
well-
and search and locate?
No. Don't move on to the next question. Answer the first question first. Why isn't there Amber Alerts? Okay? Because, with all due respect, when Amber goes missing, the alert goes off crazy right away. Okay? Sarah Pritt too. However, when Jerome or Tyrone go missing, oh, he ran away. Oh, he's with the Mandem. He's just chilling with his friends. Okay. So without answering the question, she's just going to be like, yeah, there's program. And I'm not even going to mimic her voice. There's programs and blah, 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 blah. Like, bitch, no, answer the question. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I ain't calling you a bitch. This is why they don't come over here.
The missing young Black kids?
Gangster.
Well, they said they are doing their best. I don't
But do
know
you feel
yet.
like police is doing enough?
Well, you notice
No?
2 days
Uh-huh.
ago, we now have a new police service board chair.
Right.
The police service board, like police is not up to the mayor, it's up to the police service board.
But you're a
Okay.
powerful woman.
Oh, well, we put in, there are 7 members.
Like, I'm not the one who hires these guys who are shit at their job. I'm just the one who runs the city. Well, I'm not the one who controls these guys who are trash at their job. Like, come on now, fam.
Of the board. Okay. First time 2 days ago, we now have a new board chair. And that's Counselor Shirley Carroll. She gets it. She totally gets it.
Are you
okay?
saying that there's going to be some good changes happening?
There is going to be very good change happening.
Okay.
Holy fuck. These guys are frustrating me, man. I hate when I get spun around, bro. Like, I don't like that feeling of getting spun. Like, no questions got answered right there, fam.
Mayor, before I let you go, this is a show. So we do want to get to know you a little bit.
I'll move on. I'm sorry, gang. I thought I reviewed part of the clip, but I didn't review the whole clip, man. Salute to Brandon Gonez. Okay, I know he tries to keep his relationships, and he's like the clean version of me. You know what I'm saying? Like the clean Metro version of me. Right? Because me, I wouldn't have been like, all right, let's move on. I would have been like, wait, you didn't answer the first question. Where's the Amber Alerts, fam? So the Amber Alerts don't work for Black? Right? Hold her feet to the fire, fam. These programs, okay, why don't you and the chief of police have some kind of meetings so that we can address this, publicly address it? Because if you really go online and try to look up missing Black boys in Toronto, there's sparse information on it. Okay, salute to Down to Earth. They were in the chat earlier. I don't know if they're still here now. I seen him cover it, but unfortunately, I just, and this is no shade, his channel is not getting enough push in the algorithm for people to see that the work that he's doing over there. Okay, you know what? Let me do this because people would be saying that I'm an asshole, but I gotta look. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Cause he be covering the shit. Let's go to the channel. Is this it here? That's not it. It's one of these here. I'm gonna go to the channel here.
In the clip,
Let's see. Let's go, cause I know he covered this shit. Right here.
bless. It's the Down to Earth podcast, the Down to Earth network with your host Sean Myrie. Yep. And please subscribe. Like, they just don't want to listen. They rather listen to their friends. They're more influenced by their friends, so they run away. They seek refuge with the friends instead of their parents, right? Some of their friends might have a more lax relationship at home where they could have their friends live there with them, or sometimes their friends have their own place. It could be a guy, it could be a girl, right? Trap houses, for example, where if you look up what a trap house is, some of these boys could be involved in it. Um, they call it, what do you say, trafficking with the females, but I'm hearing this new thing in regards to the young boys that they're like trafficked in a way to basically do dirt for older individuals doing illegal activities like breaking into cars, robberies, etc. Right? Probably even luring girls for sex trafficking. So this is the other part of the story people don't want to talk about. No, they don't want to talk about that. Yes, not everybody is guilty of these things, but no one wants to talk about the dark side.
Yo, listen, Sean's spitting. Okay, we don't always agree on shit, but he's spitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't mad at him right there. There's a lot of these guys, and I'm not trying to downplay any of the kids that are actually missing, because when they pop up pictures of some of these missing kids, it'd be looking like a row of mesquines. Okay, good kids. For the people who don't know what mesquine means, if I put in, what was the last thing? Let's see, missing Toronto missing black boys. Okay, one, there is some coverage, but not really a lot. Like, for example, this is like Atlanta already. They're already talking about this. Is not even Toronto anymore. Brandon Gonez still doing his thing on this shit. But even the stuff that when he was covering it, right? What was the most recent one? Let's do this one here. The pictures up here, this kid looks like a gangster. He looked like he might be a gangster. You know what? And this is the kid right here. This one right here that I'm circling. He's the one who murked the 72-year-old woman. So they found him. And as far as what Sean was saying, as far as some of these kids being in the trap house and all that, perfect example, this kid right here. Okay, but this is from a while back. I think this is an old video for real.
But our story on the missing black boys in the Toronto area.
I'm happy that we're finding the boys, but at the same time, I'm still sad because I saw, another missing boy today, and it makes me so concerned as to what is the root of the problem.
In our last update on the BG show, we shared that 6 black boys between the ages of 13 to 15 were missing in the Toronto area, 4 in the city and 2 in Durham region. What?
Yeah, this is an old video.
They want to cover complete fuckery. So I'm going to use my platform to talk about it. They want to cover complete fuckery. So I'm going to use my platform to talk about it the best I can by just creating an awareness. Hopefully it'll land in more people. I have no problem you sharing this post, doing this post, stitching this post, because this doesn't make any sense that 20 black youth have gone missing and
20
no news is talking about it. that want to cover complete fuckery. So I'm going to use my platform to talk about it the best I can by just creating an awareness that hopefully will land in more people.
Yeah, so it's not really heavily
I have
covered.
no problem.
But from what Sean was saying in his video, there are some cases of missing kids, but there is also like some of them are just demand them, right? You know, salute to one of the homies. Okay, I don't know him personally, but a gentleman that I talk to behind the scenes via DM. Okay, every once in a while I'll give him some advice and shit like that, and cool guy. Okay, but I don't even know what he looks like. He doesn't even have a picture on his Avi. He'll just ask me for advice and stuff like that. And if you see this, salute to you, brother. But he'll ask me, like, he'll send me like a paragraph, and I read the shit, and he'll be like, "Yo, OG, what about this situation here?" How he asked me, okay, and I'll bring some of this behind the scenes stuff in front of the scenes. He asked me one day, "Yo, OG, as a man who used to be on the road, how were you able to like get off of the road? Like, how are you able to stop hustling without like your homies or whatever the gang being mad at you?" And I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, what is he talking about? Like, what do you mean the gang being mad at me? And I was like, nah, bro. When I decided to quit, I just quit. And to be honest, like, if I want to be really transparent with y'all, it was during the time when I was still partying, when I said, you know, I'm done with the roads. Okay. And that's not a stunt or anything. That's actually bad. Okay. But when I decided to stop, I wasn't part of a gang. I wasn't part of any type of organization or anything like that where people will be looking at me weird, like, yo, what do you mean you quit? And he couldn't understand it because in his mind, he was like, yo, from where he's from, it's almost like mandatory that he's part of a gang. You know, even if he's not even trying to get into the bullshit, for him to just be able to walk around and just not be bullied and shit like that, he's probably had to join whatever gang that represents his area from a young age. So a lot of these guys, I say all this to say, a lot of these guys, when they say they're quote unquote missing kids, they end up joining gangs and they're just spending time with the man them 24/7, going on licks, going on drills, doing all types of wild shit. And their parents might not ever see them again, unfortunately, until they're on the news or until they get a phone call saying, yo, is this your son? He's in jail. Or God forbid, is this your son? We need you to identify his body. So I don't know. I just want to keep the awareness going. If there's not a lot of platforms talking about the missing black boys, and I'm not trying to diminish this in any type of way, because I'm sure there's a lot of parents whose boys are really missing. Good kids that got abducted. We don't even know what the fuck happened to them. Okay. But if there's not going to be a lot of coverage on this shit, at least a platform of this size needs to be covering this as well. So stay tuned. I will be circling back and talking about this again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.